Hey guys, how are you doing? And in this episode, we are going to see about iOS 16.2 that Apple released yesterday for compatible iPhone models with new features, bug fixes, and tons of security fixes as well. We will see the quick preview of features that comes with iOS 16.2, and Apple also released a bunch of software updates for other Apple products. Like if you're running iOS 15 in older iPhone models, not compatible with iOS 16, or even it is compatible for some reasons. If you're staying in iOS 15, then 15.7.2 is released for your iPhone and iPad. WatchOS 9.2 is released for compatible Apple Watch models. tvOS is released for Apple TV, and macOS Big Sur is released for older Mac computers, and Monterey 12.6.2 is released for latest Mac computers that are running the latest macOS version. Also, Safari 16.2 and iCloud for Windows update is also available right now. If you have installed from Microsoft Store, iCloud version in the Windows computer is right now have an update. So do check that out. And with iOS 16.2, you can see a long list of security fixes that came in this update, apart from some features that we are going to see in few minutes. All these are high critical security risks, something related to kernel, some fixes related to exploits that has been fixed, memory problems, and some remote in this update. Across the system, there are plenty of fixes, and as you can see in previous 16 up to 1.2, there were so many issues, and even with the Instagram app, when I tried to post something, there was a stutter while minimizing the app or while opening any application. Such hangs and stutters has been fixed right now with 16.2. I can see that it is much stable and smoother experience overall in my iPhone 14 Plus. And the next important thing that we normally check is the battery health. It is maintained in 100%. If you're new to iPhone, I leave a couple of links to the tips that will help you to maintain the battery health better. And I haven't charged my iPhone to 100% to properly measure the battery statistics, so I will do that in the follow-up video. After 4 or 5 days, we will get a good idea about how to measure the battery graph perfectly, after updating to the 16.2 version. The first feature that Apple introduced with 16.2 is for both iPhone and iPads. Now we have a new app called Freeform. I have a separate episode published in our channel. I leave a link to that in the description and in the first comment as well. You can refer that to see all the potential of the Freeform application in iPhone and iPad. It is a sketchwork app. Also, you can use it for some planning, some team collaboration and brainstorming ideas. This is definitely a wonderful app addition that Apple have made with 16.2. And the next important feature is that in the beta version, I was noticing that the karaoke feature, which Apple calls it as Apple Sing, was available for a limited set of English songs. But right now it is available for huge number of collections. And here you can see I have checked the Tamil song in my Apple Music library, and it is now enabled with the Apple karaoke feature, which Apple calls it as Apple Sing. When you tap on the lyrics option at the bottom left corner, you will see that microphone icon with stars surrounded it to enable and use that Apple Sing feature. The next important thing is advanced data protection feature that Apple introduced with the 16.2. When you navigate to the iCloud profile page, you can see the advanced data protection at the bottom section, and this feature is country specific at present. So based on the laws that is present in the country, I think Apple may be rolling out this feature slowly. So right now it is available in US, and in India for me it is not yet enabled. So as you can see, the icon was blurred out. And the next important feature that Indian iPhone users were eagerly waiting was 5G compatibility update for iPhones with the release of iOS 16.2. iPhone 12 and above models are compatible with 5G as they have the 5G modem inside. iPhone SE second generation and third generation also has the 5G modem. So you can use 5G after updating to iOS 16.2 in all these versions. And here you can see the 3 separate toggles that is now available in mobile data options. When you keep 5G on, 5G network will be used whenever it is available. And the 5G standalone feature may be confusing for some people. The 5G standalone standalone actually forces to use all the system services, the user applications to use the 5G only. So if you want that to happen, you can turn it on, and there is a warning message that it may consume more battery power. Understand that, and then you can turn it on based on the battery charging facility that you have while traveling in your car, or while using it in office. When you set the toggle to 5G auto, then it automatically switches based on the applications you use, whether to the 4G Volt LTE connection, the Vivo LTE connection, or to the 5G connection based on the apps you use. Otherwise, of course, you can choose the LTE always. As it's just rolled out and it is not available in many cities, you need to be patient and you need to check with your network service provider customer care whether the 5G is available in your area or not. In my area, the 5G is not available. So even though I selected 5G on or 5G auto or standalone, it doesn't matter. I will be still seeing the LTE. And Jio also sends out, messages, and Airtel also send out a message saying that whether 5G is available in your area or not. So you may wait for that message. And Jio also sends a welcome offer where they are getting some quite good amount of internet bandwidth. So in your iPhone 12 and above models, if you are not seeing the 5G after enabling it in the mobile data option settings, then you can get in touch with your network service provider to get it activated. As you can see in Airtel, even when the users are checking with the Airtel application for 5G compatibility, some of their devices were showing that the 5G software is not available in your iPhone. But after a few hours, Airtel have started updating the compatibility of the iPhone in their server side. So people were noticing that the 5G compatibility is now available. The handset is compatible to use the Airtel 5G. So don't worry about it, whether it says the error message or not. Make sure to update the Airtel application and then check. The next important thing is when you perform a speed test in your 5G, you need to be careful if you are not using the unlimited tariff with your mobile number, because each time you perform the speed test operation, what happens is whatever the speed that you're seeing on the screen, that amount of file could be sent between the server you select to, the source and destination. Source is nothing but your iPhone. So this file will be sent and received to measure both the download and upload speed. So your data bandwidth could be exhausted sooner if you run several times. In our fiber broadband or in a wide broadband connection, we normally see a 8:1 or 10:1 connection. So if we are seeing 300 Mbps connection speed, then obviously 30 Mbps or somewhere around 35 to 40 Mbps file could be transferred from your device to the destination. So you have to run like 10 times to reach the 300 Mbps capacity, the bandwidth usage in your fiber broadband. But most of our fiber broadband connections are unlimited, but it won't be the same for 5G mobile data connection. So don't run a speed test unnecessarily is what my suggestion. Make sure to check the available data bandwidth, before running and after running the speed test in your device. So that way you won't be wasting the data bandwidth much with the 5G activated. And the iOS 16.2 overall feels stable to me, and I will bring a follow-up video with each iPhone model specific user's opinion after 4 to 5 days. That will be reasonable, and you may search our channel with one word to find solutions related to iPhone faster. Thank you for your patience and have a wonderful day.